Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. So today we have a lot of work. It's three things that we're making. We have our lamb, our naan, and our garlic butter mixture, but they're all pretty similar with the ingredients. So first off, I have some parsley. This is some Italian parsley. You can use the curly parsley if you would like. It doesn't really matter, but I have some flat parsley. And next I'm going to grate some red onion. I don't know why I wanted to grate it. I just wanted something more fine, something more, a little bit more pungent. But I'm not gonna lie, this is very, you're definitely gonna cry off of this because the cells are just broken down so much more with this grater. So next we are gonna have our garlic, whole bunch of garlic. Gotta love that garlic. So we're just gonna dice that up into a fine little dice, Put that all together. And next we're gonna get our ground lamb. I have about a pound of it. So I'm just gonna mix it in a little, get everything a little situated into the bowl. Wash our hands and hit it with a little bit of salt, some pepper, some Gochugaru. I got some coriander, some ground ginger, some cumin, some paprika, some cayenne, and a little bit of cinnamon. So this is a lot of spice rack goodies. You can just clear out the spice rack, use whatever you want, test new things out. And we're just gonna put all that together. We have our garlic, parsley, and onion mixture, grated onion mixture, and just give a little happy face, Have some fun with your cooking. Shouldn't be too serious all the time, but yeah, we're gonna let that little friend rest in the refrigerator for at least a couple hours, up to a day or two. And now we're gonna make our naan. So here I have about a cup of warm water. Got my yeast, a little bit of yeast, about 0.25 ounces, a quarter of a cup of sugar. So we're just gonna let that the cup and the yeast get to know each other. We're gonna get our sugar ready, a third of a cup, and we're gonna mix all that in. And then our milk, we're gonna have about 3 tablespoons of milk. So once we get all that mixed together, we're gonna add in our egg, just one egg. You can do it one-handed. Just practice it, it's fun. It's cool. Mix all that together, and we're gonna get our flour ready. I have about 4.5 cups of flour that I'm gonna prepare. Just get that in the biggest bowl you can, because it's gonna make a lot of naan. Get in about 2 teaspoons of salt, and just mix in our mixture, our liquids. And if you have some extra garlic, some minced garlic, you could definitely put that in there too to get a garlic naan. That stuff is also really good. And now we're just mixing it all together. I'm hydrating as I go, so I'm going to be adding olive oil and milk, give it a little bit more fat, and just make it a little bit more workable. So just adjust. You don't have to follow my recipe exactly, just feel it out, So give that a good mix. Keep on hydrating and mixing until you find a pretty nice cohesive dough. And I'm going to oil the bowl because this is also going to have to rest for a little bit. Cover and let it rest for at least about an hour. And next, our tzatziki sauce. Yeah, this is a lot of work, but you're gonna get a lot of food out of this. You can feed your family for like 2 days, So lots and lots of food. Tzatziki, got the garlic and the mortar and pestle. Just crushed that up. I got some lemon right here. I wanted to add some little freshness. It's good stuff. Use what you got. Got our herbs. I got some thyme, some fresh thyme, and some sage. Really good stuff. This was around the holiday time, so those spices are more available. And some Greek yogurt. This is actually very similar to the ranch video that I made a while back. You should check that out too. We go over the history of the ranch dressing and how to make it. So it's very similar to this. I'm not sure if it's all traditional, but I'm just using the ingredients that I have. So gotta hit it with the old salt and pepper. We got the lemon juice, the Greek yogurt, and yeah, just make it, and some olive oil, and just just adapt to what you have. So if you have mayonnaise, you can try that out. If you have sour cream, try that out, and just season it to your taste. I always put some Gochugaru, some more pepper, and then some garlic powder here. And if you want to make it a little bit more thicker, add in a little bit more Greek yogurt. So now that our naan has rested, we're gonna cut it up and portion it. So I'm just flouring my cutting board, and we're just cutting it in half and then half again. So yeah, pretty simple. If you want a bigger naan or smaller naan, just cut it into smaller pieces if you're using a smaller pan. And we have a rolling pin dusted with flour. If you don't have a rolling pin, use a wine bottle or anything. And we got a hot cast iron. We're going to let that go. And look at that. It looks pretty good, right? So we got stacks and stacks of naan. Lots of work. You're tired, but you still got to cook the meat. So now that our lamb is marinated for about a day or two, we're going to create our lamb meatballs. So I got a healthy portion out of this. Remember to wash your hands after handling meat. And now we're going to sear these puppies off. So yeah, all the naan or all the lamb meatballs are just going on a cast iron. I should have used a little bit more oil, but that's part of the learning experience, you know. And I did mess up here. It looks good, but yeah, it wasn't fully cooked. And we'll get to that part. But working on our melted garlic butter mixture. This is a really good thing that you could add to your naan. So yep, more garlic. Just make sure to have a lot of garlic for this episode, and just melt that down. And this actually is pretty similar to my shrimp video, or garlic butter shrimp. It's very similar, so check that out if you haven't already. And yeah, it looks like like the lamb meatballs look like they're pretty good, right? But they're not done. So we're gonna put some more garnishes. We got some tomatoes, some Roma tomatoes. We're just chopping that up, and yeah, just moving the meatballs every once in a while, making sure our garlic's not burning. Transfer that to a heat safe container. We're gonna brush that on the naan later. Make sure to get all that good stuff, all the garlic. That's where all the flavor is at. And yeah, I thought it was done, but yeah, I learned from my mistake that either just take the temperature with a thermometer, or just cook it until you know it's done. So I put a lid on it, try to get the heat trapped in there more. And I'm not gonna waste all this good, delicious rendered fat. It's all seasoned from our intense spice mixtures. I'm gonna keep that. So we have that. We're almost done here. We can almost eat. So we have our naan that we made. We're gonna rip that up. You shouldn't really use a knife to cut naan. Just use your hands. It's a lot easier, and it's has some cool, has a nicer look with the jagged edges too. I would say. So just butter. Oh yeah, this is also unsalted butter, by the way, so you can control how much salt you put in at the end if you want to garnish it. So we put the garlic butter on there. We put some more kosher salt. We're gonna put some more pepper on there because I just like to season at every stage. We got our tomatoes, our meatballs that are actually cooked now, our lamb meatballs, and yeah, we're definitely not gonna waste that good those good drippings. We're gonna utilize everything that we have from here. So it's nice and tasty, seasoned olive oil and rendered fat. But don't let that go to waste either. And our tzatziki sauce, do not forget that. That is, I think it really pulls it together. And if you have some red onion, that would also be really good too. So here it is. This is the final little photo that we have. And this is another way to prepare it. It was a leftover. So I'm just spreading it across there. We got our meatballs frying up, reheating. And yeah, it's pretty good. You get a little bit more crispiness if you reheat it that way, if you cut it up. We got the tomatoes on there. We got the tzatziki, garlic. And yeah, thanks for watching the video.